Hello, hello. It is me again in my familiar snow angel positioning. Let's go back a little bit here so I'm more in the camera. But what a day the day has been. Oh, the snow's a little crunchier, so I'm gonna dig through it. Pile it on me or something, I don't know. I'll just sit back and relax. Angel away. Hey Raven, I'm here. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. Oh, my lovely friends. Wow. I can't help but notice that everyone is on edge and I think overtired and overtaxed and channeling way too much stress and things. So I don't know, it's just an observation. I'm just me. I notice it myself as well. It's easy to get crunchy and niggly and overreactive and all kinds of things. And we all want to be doing what's best, and we're all scrambling to try and figure out what that is. And of course, there are those that manipulate all that goodness. And it's just, I don't know, trying to stay aware of all this, but yet not dampening our ability to take action and do something that's valuable. One thing that it definitely does, at least for me, is it spurs me on to start learning about history and things in areas that I just never learned about, like with the Ukraine and Russia and Poland and all the little countries around there that have all moved. Many of you don't know, I don't know how significant this is, but my mother's father, my grandfather from my mother's side, long dead of course, was Jewish, and his family came over from Russia in general, Soviet Union, sort of that whole, everything's changed so much. I don't know exactly when he came over, but he came over well before World War II, because he was there during that time. He was a fireman and would go around and clean up air raid shelters after they'd been bombed. So picking up bits of body and things like that. That's what my grandfather had to do. I remember when he came to our farm in Carlton Place when I was little, and he was very practical. I can see how he got shaped by the war. And of course, didn't get fully shaped by his parents, who were very strict Jews. So him marrying a Irish Catholic woman didn't sit well with them. And they just abandoned him if he was going to do that. So he continued to do what he was doing and live his life. And he brought my mother and their siblings up to choose what they want to believe. And he would support them. Now, I don't know enough, but I know that some part of Russia that he came from was probably a little country and then became part of a large thing and then who knows what. So I don't know really where they came from. But that's my immediate genetics are Irish and sort of somewhere out in that area, Russia or near Russia or something that was or is or will be Russia. So who knows? Probably have a little bit of Genghis Khan in me and a little bit of Othello, and because Spain and Ireland weren't that far apart, and of course being Irish with dark hair, could have been from there. It's hard to say, but I don't know what's needed to be done in this pursuit of healing and freedom. that hopefully comes from that. Well, some kind of freedom anyways, inwards at least. We all have a big challenge individually and as a whole. And I like to believe it feels like as we heal ourselves, we work towards a connection with everyone, and it's no longer an individual only, but individual and a whole. That's the feeling I get. I posted a little very short talk by Lori Ladd. Oh God, I hope I have her name right. Kind of saying, at least what I understood to be this, that as we work on ourselves, peeling the onion, we come into the core. Once we reach the core, we realize that it is our core, and like the collective core and our own individual core. And who knows, right? When we start digging into this stuff, what's an illusion, what's truth, what's real, has everything already happened and we're just recapitulating? You know, there's a million philosophical tangents we can go down, because we're at that point where the questions start to come up of, are we in a matrix? Are we moving towards a matrix? Are we getting out of a matrix? Are we even real? Like, you know, there's just so many tangents we can go off on, and worthy of discussion for sure. My mother always asked, why do you have to think about things so much? I always wonder why other people don't have to. But here I am, sitting here in a lovely quiet space. It's not super, super cold, although it's cold enough. And I just trudged to make a trail for me to be able to walk the dogs, because I'm really getting tired of walking on the side of the road. It's really not fun. And the adventure of going on trails throughout the forest right now, the snow is still too deep. So I finally decided to trudge and work on packing down a trail, short compared to what we used to do, but at least something that we can embark upon there and back that will be a little more exciting for them and for me. And I don't have to worry about bumping into skidoo people or things like that. So that's a little project that I just started on, and definitely intend to spend a good part of the day with my doggies. I have a good feeling, and as you know, I'm a dreamer. I consider that now a very good thing. I used to always slip off in class in public school and even in high school quite often, and teacher would kind of go, you know, I wasn't there. Well, they thought that me not there just because they couldn't see where I was an insignificant lack of place. But really, I was in a place much more valuable, I felt at least, than what they were offering me quite often. And I just didn't have the self-awareness, the courage, and the strength to stand behind that. So I always felt insecure about it. I was also up to grade 5 abused by my father. So I think that just added and added and added to it and packed it down and packed it down. Not complaining or anything. I think if you read James Hillman, his book Soul's Code, or A Soul's Code, phenomenal theory of what is happening in our cases with our past, and his idea that our soul chooses what family we are born into, even if it's difficult. Hi, Tor. Hello, my boy. We're gonna go soon. And I embrace that because I refuse to be a victim and identify with being a victim. I choose to believe that Raven dying physically has some higher level, profound purpose and meaning to it, rather than just feeling like I'm a victim again. Why? Well, I believe what I believe, but also I don't believe that there's any value in just dumping down on myself and just feeling shitty and asking someone else to dig me out, or just pursuing, the bottle, self-medicating type of approach. Just not in me. And on the side of that, I'm hoping that whatever I plow through, what trail I blaze, for whatever it's worth, people can tune in and see where I'm at. And if anything benefits them, well, then that's even better, right? It's not just about me. But I do have to think about me, because if I don't take care of me on some level, what can I do for anyone else? And the same thing for each other person. So there is a need to go inwards, and there is a need to reflect outwards. And perhaps just like breathing, or the surf, or the tides, in and out, comes in waves. That's a quote from some book. I don't know now what book, but it's stuck in my mind. It comes in waves tends to be it. I remember also reading BKS Iyengar's book, which I can't remember now the name of it, but if anyone doesn't know, he taught Iyengar yoga, because that's him. And he's the one who invented all the bolsters and props and things to go deeper into a pose. And in his book, he said that your inner progress, you get the sense that it's slow progress. And he said, but really he believes from his experience that it's not. It actually jumps in little spits and spurts. I've noticed that, I feel over time, I resonate with that. And anyways, weaving all around, it seemed like I went off on a tangent there, and I kind of did, but I'm weaving back to what's going on in the world and why I still feel optimistic in amongst all this crazy shit going on in the world, because it's easy to get really down. You might say, I believe I have an ace up my sleeve. The universe has an ace up my sleeve, let's say. Raven is assisting me. I wholeheartedly believe this. It's not just a little mechanism to convince myself of something else to hide from reality. This is a true heart-based feeling coming from my soul. And I believe there's a lot to do in the world, for sure. And I do believe that all of us are being played. All of us, every friggin' moment, we are being played by somewhere, someone, somehow. That doesn't mean everything's wrong. It's like we gotta find out how to pan for gold. We need to be able to learn how to sift through all this shit. And I do believe that the best way is through our feelings, incorporating our minds to navigate like a GPS, but the heart, our feelings are what I believe is where we need to strengthen our abilities. I believe it's something that we have completely functional within us, but gone latent for most of us. And I believe that all trauma pulls us into a frazzled, bedazzled, deer in the headlights kind of very surface as in if the heart was the core and the soul was the core, the surface being just flailing, disconnected, very easily enslaved and controlled state of mind. And whether done on purpose, or let's just say it just happens, for the sake of argument, it keeps us disempowered. This I know deep in my heart. So I feel that if we can stay as best we can out of those lower based emotions, fear and anxiety and anger, but yet at the same time not completely avoid them, because quite often we need them as stepping stones towards higher and deeper feelings, and more positive feelings. So quite often anger is needed to be expressed, but not to stay in it and stew in that soup. It's a means to an end. These are all things that are from my own experience in everything I've done, everything I do, and especially in the last year, 2-3 years, but especially the last year with my situation with my love soulmate Raven, and hence the communication that we have between us. and the challenges that I get constantly as I hone that conduit between us, that portal, that connection. Because sometimes it feels like it clouds over and it fills in just like snow on a path, and I gotta go and shovel it again or use the snowblower and clear it out. There's a maintenance, in other words, involved and needed in my communication with Raven, but I think there's also a maintenance needed to cultivate and maintain an opening between each one of us, between ourselves and ourselves, between ourselves and the universe, God, what's going on in the world. It's something that we can't just sit back and be manipulated by mainstream media into states of traumatic indulgence, really, and most of the time very unaware of what we're doing or what's being done to us. So it's just, these are my thoughts, nothing more, nothing less. Anyone that is listening, if you resonate with something, you do. If you don't, well, then that's information too, right? But anyways, I think it's time to go get ready to walk the dogs and get on with other things I need to do. Oh, I feel some snow. Oh, yeah, snow in my boot. There's probably some in this one too. It's a nice day. The sun has gone behind the clouds, but hey, the last bunch of days are supposed to be cloudy and they've all had sun. So I'm super grateful for that. I'm right next to my snow angel from the other day. This one's not quite as beautiful, but hey, not always the visual, is it? So anyways, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful time. I would love to see someone besides Helena and a bunch of her friends doing snow angels. So whether I mention your name or not, who out there is game to do a snow angel? And if they want to say something, they can say it, or if they don't have to. But let's have some fun. Come on.